More Muslims have been killed in targeted hate attacks in Canada than any other G7 nation over the last 5 years. This Thursday marks the first ever National Islamophobia Summit as Muslim leaders across Canada deliver a call to action.
Ibrahima Berry, Mamadou Tanu Berry, Khalid Belkacemi, Abu Bakr Thabti, Abdul Karim Hassan, Azzuddin Sufyan.
Those are the names of just some of the Muslims killed in Canada because of their faith. With the summit just days away, today the National Council of Canadian Muslims released a list of more than 60 recommendations in London, Ontario, that will be brought to this week's national meeting, which will be attended by politicians from all levels of government.
We are putting forward palpable policy action items for change.
This week's pending summit and today's recommendations follow a horrifying and deadly year for Muslim Canadians. It was just over a month ago that a family of 5 were run over by a pickup truck in London, Ontario. The alleged attack, according to police, a hate-motivated act of terror that claimed the lives of 4 people. Arij Anwar is the imam at the London Muslim Mosque where the family attended.
If these recommendations are not put into action, the fear is that this will just continue happening.
Since the London attack, incidents have kept happening. A man armed with a knife pushed over 2 Muslim women in Edmonton recently. A Cambridge, Ontario mosque was vandalized, and just last week, a mother and daughter in Hamilton received death threats and had to run for safety after reportedly being targeted by a man in a parking lot.
Every time you read this, it just kind of reinstates that fear that there are people who are trying to get us.
The list of recommendations includes establishing a working definition of Islamophobia, a national reporting hotline on Islamophobia and other race-motivated hate crimes, and implementing changes to systemic Islamophobia in policing.
Another one is to remove the requirement for Attorney General's consent to begin any prosecution for the willful promotion of hatred and genocide. This is a very high bar to clear for prosecuting a hate crime.
For now, the hopes of a community turns to this week's National Summit.
We optimistically approach Thursday's summit with the expectation that change will swiftly follow.
This week will also mark the first ever National Summit on Anti-Semitism. It takes place on Wednesday. We'll have more on these developing stories in the days ahead. I'm Adrian Ghobrial for City News.